Hey everybody, it's Peter, and today I thought I'd do a movie review. I haven't done one in a long time, and that's one of the things I kind of wanted to do with this channel. But anyway, yeah, so last Monday I went to go see the 2D version of Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 2. If you want to see my thoughts, I'm going to post a card up about my thoughts on 3D movies and go from there. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie. Not as good. You're going to hear mixed reviews from a lot of other people. Um, I thought it wasn't bad for what it was. I didn't feel the same way as I did with the first one, and part of it because, and I think it's just well, also I think it's a combination of I've seen like a ton of movies. I've been around for a while, so I usually know what I like and don't like in movies, and I've seen enough. When you see as many movies as I have, I can't even tell you, but when you see so many movies a lot, and I like watching movies, and I think that's what it is. You just start to pick up on beats and the way the script goes and things of that nature. And I thought about it after maybe later that day or the next day after seeing the movie. The one thing I found, um, the beats were kind of the same, sort of like I saw the other day. That one about Star Wars episodes 7 and 8, and the trailers are almost the exact same beats. So let's get you up to speed. So, Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 2 takes place sometime, say, like a month or so, for example, after the last one. So basically, the Guardians are jumping back into the action. They start off, they're on a mission. They have to go, beat up something. And, similar to the first movie, there will be, the movie is music heavy, just like the first one. It's going to be based on the greatest hits volume 2 that Peter Quill's mother gave him in the first movie. We had that cute little package that was all nicely wrapped up. So that's the new soundtrack, and that soundtrack too. I guess you could say I'm a child of the '70s. I grew up in the '70s, but I was listening to more, pop music, dance music. Most of the music in this movie is more of the '70s sort of ballad music. And there's a couple of songs that I knew of, or I knew of like from years later. But the last soundtrack I really liked, even though I didn't know some of the songs at the time. I just liked how they sounded. This one, not so much. I'm not going to spoil you the different types of music. You might enjoy the types of music. I'll just give you an example. In the opening scene, the band that was playing is now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. So yeah, so it basically starts off with they're trying to save the galaxy in the beginning, and then they meet this race of gold-colored people. After that, they're the ones who put them on this mission. And Rocket turned around and did something stupid, like he sometimes does. And then they're being chased by the gold people. And then they get away from the gold people. They end up on a planet, and they're chased some more. And then the Ravagers show up because Yondu has an out with the main head of the Ravager clan. You find out actually the Ravagers are actually a series of clans. Yondu and his gang is actually there's several gangs, several factions. So you find that out, and Yondu is actually shunned by the main one. It's a cameo, which I'm not going to tell you. Go see the movie. I'm not going to do any spoilers from this. I might hint at a couple of really good lines, as I will tell you one line from the movie that's not a spoiler, and the one line is, "Why didn't you kill him?" "Well, because he's so cute." And you'll see what the cuteness is. And okay, I'll give away the cuteness. The cuteness is Baby Groot. Nobody wants to hurt Baby Groot because Baby Groot is just so cute. And he was pretty good in that too. And then later on in the movie, they get away from, everybody's chasing them, and they finally end up bumping into, I forget it was on the, oh yeah, it was on the one planet that crash landed. The Ravagers are chasing them, they evade them, and then the gang ends up, I forget when the splitting, but the team is split up. So it ends up later on with Rocket and Yondu, Baby Groot, and then Peter and the rest of the gang hanging out. You find out that Kurt Russell, who plays Ego in this, who is Peter Quill's father. They end up getting picked up and magically transported to Ego's planet, which normally, I believe, if you read the comics, Ego is a planet. But in this case, they did it that Kurt Russell says he was a Celestial. So if you saw the first movie when they're talking about the Infinity Stone and the one big guy with the multiple eyes, he goes like with his staff of awesomeness, and he basically, mows down everybody like wheat in a field. And then it's the whole father son thing. One of the things I found that because that is a line in the movie where um, Karen Gillan is back as Nebula. There was one scene as in the trailers where she said, like, you guys are fighting all the time. You're not friends. And then Drax goes, well, because we're family. So that's what most of this movie is about. It's about family, finding your own family, what's happened with the family, all the characters' backstories on family, where did everybody come from, which is a good thing. You get to learn more about the characters, not just, again, we're just going to drop our heroes that we kind of know something about if you're a Marvel fan. So there's more backstory developed on all the characters. The one thing I noticed is that everybody ends up seeming to be some sort of an orphan. Like, I'm not sure where Gamora originally came from, but I remember sort of from the first movie, I think she was taken away from her parents to go work for Thanos. You never really hear how Nebula, I'm assuming Nebula was taken away from wherever, and, she's working with Thanos. So, again, orphans, working for somebody. Peter Quill is basically an orphan now because he lost his mother in the first movie. So Rocket was genetically engineered out of a raccoon and whatever else, even though he doesn't know what a raccoon is. He's an orphan. He has no actual family. Groot, we don't know either, other than now he's baby Groot. So we now know that Groot is indestructible. So he could be like asexual, and that's how Groot's people, or maybe Groot's the only one of his species. He could be like, Doctor Who. He's the only one left, alive. And Yondu, there's a scene between Yondu and Rocket where they're talking about, I know what you are and what you like, and because I know your type, and and Yondu is supposedly also an orphan who became a thief, and so there's scenes between Yondu and Rocket. So everybody's basically, touching base with everybody, and that's how all the different characters develop. Uh, we don't find out too much from Drax any more than we know from the first movie that, he did have a wife and child who was killed by Thanos. He is still a bit of a douche in this one, even though he's Mr. Matter of Fact and he doesn't get irony or, sarcasm and things like that. So a lot of times when he's talking to some of the other characters, especially the new character, Mantis, he always seems to be picking on her all the time. And the rest of the story, too, is about, and you find that Kurt Russell has a master plan of some sort, and he's planted some of these little, galactic flowers on different planets here and there and everywhere, I guess to create children to come help him. And you find out he has a plan, that it's not the Ravagers are the bad guys, then the gold folks, I forget the name of the race, they're sort of bad too because they're running after our heroes. So everybody's sort of there, but the main villain is Ego. And eventually, it is discovered. That's what I didn't like about it. It was like every other movie where, oh, here's somebody who's wild and wonderful. Oh, it's our hero's father, and he's going to take him to this wild and wonderful life and show him that he could also be a god and he could be immortal if he does the things that his dad does. And then you find out after that he's not as nice as he is, and then everything unfolds from there. And you're like, oh, so that's what kind of spoiled it for me. Is I've seen enough stories of, here's somebody who's really good. It's a gingerbread house. Come on in, Hansel and Gretel. This will be really good. And next thing you know, you're cooked for dinner. In this case, if you want to use I'm using Hansel and Gretel. Well, somebody figures out we got to push the witch into the oven and get the heck out of there because, as wonderful as a gingerbread house is, we don't hang around. But like I said, it almost was the same beats as the other movie. You've got the musical beginning. You've got one faction chasing after our heroes. Both movies involve a Celestial, whether it be the head of a Celestial in Nowhere, or in this case we have Snake Plissken. Kurt Russell as Ego, and you find out he's got a master plan of some sort, and he's going to take over, blow up the universe. So. But I said it was still enjoyable. The visuals are really nice. Lots of amazing graphics, especially when you're at Ego's planet. Lots of amazing colors, nicely shot. Obviously a ton of green screen, but it was well put together. Costuming was well done. Lots of colors, no flatness, and again, I'll touch again why I don't like 3D, because when I watch something like this, I don't want to have, I feel with 3D, you're wearing the goggles and you have sort of this, sort of sunglassy veil in front of you that I find takes away. I want to see openly everything in front of me. I want to be able, I don't have to be able to go like, oh, this is coming at me and that's coming, like I said before, but I want to be able to just see without something in front of my eyes to say like, oh, that's a nice shot. That's a beautiful picture. Look at the detail on that. I find the glasses just for me. I like to see my world properly. And again, not gonna spoil the end. So like, I would say overall it's okay. If you want to do a rating system, I would say like B minus. If you want to do it out of 10, I'd say it's a 7. If you want to do the old thumbs up, thumbs down, I might say like half a thumb, maybe kind of a thumb up, because if you're a Marvel fan, if you like the movies, like definitely go see it. The one thing I did think about too, though, in the sort of the way most of the MCU movies have been going, is like the first movie is always good. That's the other thing that popped in my head after too. Every Marvel movie I've seen, like Iron Man was good. Iron Man 2, no. Iron Man 3, Captain America, the first Avenger, that was really good. I really enjoyed that one. Winter Soldier, okay. First Avengers movie, really good movie. Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, nah, not so great as the first one. So that's what the same feeling I got from Guardians is basically, here's the first movie I really enjoyed. I still, to this day, I was watching it the other day, and in the opening sequence where Peter Quill is dancing towards the vault to go get the orb that's holding the Infinity Stone. He does the Tom Cruise slide across the camera. I still giggle at that. I still thought it was funny. It's like you don't even have the Bob Seger music playing. It's just like there he goes, and I'm just like snicker. So definitely, I would say go see it, see what you think. Have you seen it already? Tell me what you think about it, or if you haven't seen about it, are you planning to go see it? Are you a Marvel fan? What's your favorite Marvel movie? Tell me in the comments below. And like always, like if you like it, dislike if you don't like it. If you want to follow me with more of my shenanigans, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell if you want to be notified when I decide to put one up. I'm trying to be more regular now with my videos since I'm feeling a bit better, and I'm over the burnout of Triple S Veda I did last month in April. So I'm going to see if I can keep going back to movie reviews, because I do like talking about movies, and hopefully you like watching movies too. So, everybody be safe, and I'll see you in the next one.